Let there be light, and there was light. I want to expand on the word he. So my the latest presentations that I've made, where I've which is the last two presentations I believe, or perhaps the last three. Okay, it's what would it be headed on? I'm not sure. Okay, but it's where I talk about, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done, and the other one is all his work which he had made. So my point here on these texts is that there's a phrase or statement being made, and it's repeated, but I believe that it is constructed in a way that it holds a certain frequency by repeating these. For instance, they are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. So 10 words, and this is so by repeating these 10 words, of course, 10, the numerical value for 10 is 3. Oh yes, it's 12, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So but by repeating these in that very text, let's just make sure I've got this correct. So I'm looking at Genesis chapter 2 verse 2. Yes, 2 2. So basically looking at the number 2, looking at the vibration, looking at how it has been constructed. It is that bedrock, it is the rock, in fact, where Christ said to Peter, and we're talking about 10, and Peter actually equals 10. So 10 is perfect because it has the 0 and the 1. But to create, we need to be focusing on one figure. And in this case, we don't concentrate on not, like not is nothing. So we focus on the one. And this is where we break one, so to speak, like Christ had said, break bread, or, and of course the bread is like is the like the figure, like the one as well. I know that may seem like going a little bit far with this, but everything has been constructed in a way that we are always eliciting or always connecting with the vibration of that which it is. So when we hear of the word bread, for instance, we think about food, but it has a numerical vibration as well. Okay, and the vibration, of course, for bread, because bread, I believe, is 3, and 3 is 2. So we can see where I'm going with this. 2 is also like 7, which is whole. If you have watched my videos, I think you'll follow what I'm saying. The number 7, when we I better just do this in case you're not as well, of course. So for instance, I didn't, okay. For instance, 1 ONE is 655. Adding this together gives us 7. So this is where we see in this 1 is actually 7. So this is how I'm following the guidance here, and the figures, and making meaning or sense out of what is being presented to us. So like we have, of course, in the word done, but we have 1 in done. So basically it's like it's like saying once you've done, you have dealt with that number 7, which consists of the word done as well. And so basically we're looking at 2. 2 is that which forms partnership and forms marriage and harmony and unity and all those things that glue or gel things together. And it's not by chance that Jesus was sending his disciples out in twos, or well, according to the scriptures. I'm not saying it was always the case, but it depends on what you are intending to achieve or manifest. Of course, there's the vibration that you are extending. I think it's the same in the police force as well. Generally, the officers go out or do their work in pairs if they're out, whatever it is they're doing. So the number two is not just by chance, where we say, oh yeah, and it's, yeah, you could say, for protection as well. One looks out for the other. It has all those elements because it entails unity, it entails strength in that sense as well. So basically, I'm looking at how he, or for instance, he, which actually equals 13, 1 plus 3 is 4, but it has got that 2 vibration as well. So these are the things I really want to, this text that I'm looking at has been, I've been sitting on it for a while, so to speak, because I feel it holds the key, or it's another text that holds the key to all of creation, or how we come into being, or from where we are, or how we've journeyed, or how we came about. I believe it has got some profound answers for us. So basically, I'm talking about 20, as I say, is really foundation, because 2 is foundation. My eyes have just sort of noticed this. This is where Adam gave names to all the cattle. That is a foundation that is set there, because giving names is really setting a foundation for the characteristic, or the of that which is. And to the fowl of the air, so we have the cattle, we have fowl of the air, and to every, remember the word every is really of Eve. Mother Eve is entailed in this word, every beast of the field. But for Adam, now there is the but. This is why I'm saying that there have been 2 creations, but for Adam there was not found a helpmeet, meet for him. I don't know why it is meet, someone to meet him. He has to, he was at a place of needing help, and that would be meat for him. Okay. But the word meat here is, it has the numerical value of, let's see, 10, 14, 15, 16. So it's 7. So basically, he had not had, this is how we get the meaning of it. There was not found a helpmate, meaning that one who would meet with him on the same level of the 7, of that 7 for him. And of course, I always say that word for him is really one that would meet him on every angle in this sense, because 4 is actually like 4 in figure 4. Even if we use it for someone, or for a person, or whatever it is, that term, it is a word that encapsulates the essence of the north, south, east, and west. So basically, I've got to get this off the screen. Okay, so basically, this is what has happened while we are examining the numbers and words to be able to get the true meaning of them. So we were on 2, 2. This is the one we're really looking at. There we have 2, chapter 2, and of course Genesis is 6 and verse 2. Okay, so on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made. It's funny that we saw a creation was done in chapter 1 of Genesis. This is the introduction. This is the stage was set. Of course, we had the God set in verse 17 as well, which equals 8. So we see from that verse of set the God set, that meant there was the stage was really set in this sense. That's what I'm picking up here. And well, this is in numerical values as well. Okay, so back to verse 2, chapter 2 verse 2 is, and on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and there we go again, and he rested on the seventh day from all the work which he had made. Now, this is really something. Why all this emphasis on all this, what God had made here? This is why it is important that we understand that this is used to connect the vibration together. This is about the vibration. It looks like I've got lipstick on my, yeah, the vibration of the two polarities, or the two sides, or the two ends, to form that which forms the circle or the cycle. So there we are, and on the seventh day. So we have and on the seventh day, and we also have on the seventh day. It here we have not got the and here, and on the seventh day. So these are four words that have been repeated on the second stance of this verse. So, and yes, from the seventh day, from all his work which he had made. And the other one says, and on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made. So it's made already, it's ended, and all the difference is that in the other sentence, that's on the surface, in the other from the other sentence on the surface, the only difference is that God rested. But in reality, that is not the only difference. It's that the content is necessary to be repeated to get that vibration in numerical value, to marry, so it brings about that result which was intended in the scriptures. Because everything is really, we are talking about vibration, the words, and Mother Eve in this sense, or the said God, is the God of words. So it's important that we really establish that. Okay, and God, yes, still on the same text, is that so he ended and from the work which he had made. I am repeating this. And on the seventh day God rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. From all his work which he had made. So it would seem like ended and rested, as I say, seem to be the difference here. But when we add these two sentences together, in fact, have I got it stated? One is, this is interesting, because I have got, this is interesting, because I have got from all his work which he had done. So I think I made this reference online, and it's not the King James Version. It's no wonder I had a discrepancy of the numerical value of 1. So I'm going to leave this presentation, and but this is the book. So this is the original King James Version. I believe that's what I've got. In fact, that's what I was told when I was gifted to it. So basically, on one of the verses, or the Bible that I read, was that it said, from all the work which he had done. And so when I added these two texts or references, so that's the other one here. I must have wiped the other one off already. Okay, and so this is really interesting. So I'm just going to go over this text all together and see how we do this. Perhaps I should really just come back to this to be better prepared, so I can just so end this presentation basically and really have the other reference that I really wanted to show, because on my original note which I had, it was that both vibrations or sentences were exactly the same. So do join me again when I come back with this other presentation on here. Thank you. Let there be light, and there was light.